On Friday night, in addition to the Steel City 100, Motordrome Speedway ran a features-only program for their other divisions. Let's check out some highlights from some of those. In the 25-lap street stock race, Jonathan Howman in the 15 would jump to the early lead from the pole position, while the 18 of Jeff Zellweger would get by outside pole sitter Tom Knight in the 76 for the second spot. The 0 of Dink Colarusso would move into third, with Matt Sever in the 83 settling into fourth ahead of Sean Phillips. On lap 4, Colarusso, Sever, and Phillips would freight train Zellweger and shuffle him back to fifth. On lap 8, Sever would work the inside of Colarusso to take over second place. Phillips would later pull the same move to wrestle third away from Colarusso. Howman would maintain a comfortable lead over Sever as the laps ticked off. Andrew Kostelnik in the 57 worked his way from the back of the pack. Here he takes away a position from Zellweger. A caution with 6 laps to go gives the others a shot at Howman. Sever tries to stay even with him through 1 and 2, but Howman powers off of the turn to maintain the lead. With 2 to go, Kostelnik takes fourth away from Colarusso as they go through 3 and 4. On the last lap, Sever is not able to keep Howman from taking the checkers. Sean Phillips was third, with Andrew Kostelnik fourth and Dink Colarusso finishing fifth. In the 25-lapper for the modifieds, Chris Bailey Jr. in the black number 7 paced the early laps of the event from the pole position. Billy Rebar in the red 18, 17 J.P. Weiser, 42 Jason Bush, and the 40 of Brian Shipp would battle amongst themselves for second place. The man on the move would be Shipp. In less than half of a lap, he passes J.P. Weiser, then Rebar as they go into turn 1. Off of turn 2, Bush is able to work the inside of Rebar and Weiser. On lap 6, Shipp is able to take the lead away from Bailey going into turn 3. Bush was running in the second spot with 2 laps to go when he gets loose and spins, collecting the 60 of points leader Gary Scott. On the last lap, Chris Brink makes a run at Shipp for the lead in 3 and 4, but Shipp is able to keep him at bay as they cross the line. The top 5 in the modifieds were Brian Shipp, Chris Brink, Vince Cater, Billy Rebar, and Bernie McQuillan. In the Charger feature, as they are about to complete the first lap, Ron Eifert III looks to make it 3 wide for the lead. He briefly falls in line behind the 17 of Scott Howman, who is trying to hold off John Scott in the 71 for the top spot. Eifert takes a look inside going down the backstretch, but backs off. On the next lap, Denny Keller in the 13 squeezes between Scott and Ed McConnell in the black 48 to move up to third place. On lap 5, Eifert moves to the inside of Howman on the front stretch, then completes the pass for the lead as they exit turn 2. Keller also follows suit with McConnell in tow. For a couple of laps, Keller was able to keep pace with Eifert. As Eifert began to open up a slight lead on Keller, Zane Farrell in the 14 began to challenge Keller for second. On the last lap, Farrell was able to take the runner-up spot away from Keller, but neither driver could stop Eifert from taking the checkers. Ron Eifert III picked up his first Charger victory this season. Zane Farrell, Denny Keller, Anthony Aiello, and Ed McConnell round out the top 5. And in the compacts, Cody Quark started 19th and took the lead with 3 laps to go. Following him across the line were Paul Koffler III, Eugene Zerfoss, Greg Staggers, and Jessica Knight. If you are into the best of the best in sprint car racing, this would be the week to go and check out some shows in our state. The World of Outlaws Sprint Cars will be at Lernerville Speedway on Tuesday for the running of the Don Martin Memorial Silver Cup. 2 30-lap events are on tap, with $15,000 going to the winner of each race. The Outlaws will also be in action at Williams Grove Speedway this Friday and Saturday for the Summer Nationals. Lance DeWeese and Greg Hodnett held off the Outlaws stars last year to take the wins. A driver looking to make the fields is one of the newest members of the PA Posse, Nicole Bauer. After finding success in the 358 sprints, she is now running full-time in the 410s. Jed Donahue has more.
Nicole, talk about moving up to the 410s. You're playing with the big boys, literally and figuratively here.
I'm having a lot of fun moving up here. We ran 358s last year for most of the season and jumped into the 410 at the end of the season. Up here at Port, we've had a win here in the 358, and we've had a few heat race wins here in the 410. Last season we almost got a win in the 410 here, but the right rear tire blew with like 2 or 3 to go. So that was unfortunate, but we're running well and we're being competitive, so that's all we can ask for.
Kind of grew up in the shadow of Williams Grove, literally. What's it like kind of going night in, night out and playing this game?
It's kind of crazy. You know, I never thought I'd actually be running a 410 sprint car, but like I said, I'm having fun, and the guys behind me, they're fabulous, and my dad, he supports me, so that's all I can really ask for.
Yeah, what's it like being one of the few ladies out here? You're kind of doing some groundbreaking at the same time.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, when you're behind the wheel, the car doesn't know whether you're a guy or a girl, so you just got to stand on it and go forward.
So what do you think the biggest challenge is when you moved up to 410 and that sort of thing? What has been the biggest adjustment, do you think?
Really, I think it's everybody like looking down on you, maybe because you are a girl and you are moving up to the 410 ranks, but I think you just gotta, stand your ground and show them that, you can race just like they do.
What's it like being part of this great Pennsylvania posse tradition?
It's awesome. I mean, everybody here in Pennsylvania, it's the greatest competition around. I mean, racing with these guys week in and week out, it's how you get better and how you succeed.
Another big event this weekend is the UFO versus ULMS F2 Shockwave at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. There is $4,000 total to win the 228-lap affairs. And with the Outlaws in action at Williams Grove, Lincoln Speedway has moved their regular show to next Sunday night. Sometimes you may go to the racetrack and feel that a demolition derby broke out. Well, if you're into real demo derbies, this Saturday at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds in Brookville, they will have one with a $15,000 purse and $8,000 going to the winner. Now, I've ran a couple of derbies and they didn't pay anywhere near $8,000. Anyways, thanks again for joining us, and I hope to see you here next week for another Pit Pass. Until then, remember, if you want to contribute to the growth of our sport, quite simply support those who support racing.
Pit Pass has been brought to you by Jake's Karts. This has been a production of WHVL Sports.